What's up, y'all? It's your boy Sean P back again with another edition of Hip Hop Roundtable Reviews. So today, we're gonna do a little bit of backtracking. It came out about a couple of weeks ago. We're gonna talk about Lil Wayne and the feature list and release date of the Carter Six. So the Carter Six, which is the long anticipated uh, return of Lil Wayne. I'm not gonna call it a comeback album. I would call it more of a rebirth album, if you will, of Lil Wayne, and a long anticipated sequel to um, Carter Five is going to be dropping on June 6th. You know, and you see like the correlation. June 6th, Carter 6, et cetera, et cetera. So we're going to talk about that, what I think about that, what I think about some of the backtracking that Lil Wayne has been doing, and my theories behind that as well. And really, what does this mean as far as an overall quality album so far? So, is this album really going to deliver and match the greatness, quote on air quote, of Lil Wayne, if you will? So let's start with let me pull up the track list first, and well, not track list, but let's talk about the features, because I don't think there's been an official track list yet, and I'm just gonna pull off of our page, Hip Hop Roundtable presents the review, which is our Facebook page. So go check it out on Facebook. We only got about 1.4 thousand members right now. You know what I mean? 1,400 members. But feel free to subscribe and come on our page as we talk hip hop all the time. So, okay, so let's do a little bit of backstory with this. So, Carter Six, long anticipated, I would say, rebirth album from Lil Wayne. I don't want to call it a comeback, because I think when your goat status is somewhat solidified, or very solidified, with those like a Jay-Z or Nas or Eminem, it's an album where you just want to kind of reintroduce yourself to the world. You're not coming back because you maybe haven't fallen off. Now, coming into this, in my opinion, I don't think Lil Wayne has been GOAT level Lil Wayne in over a decade. I think Carter 5 was a very mid project. Okay, but it didn't really move the needle. I think Lil Wayne lived more off of his name off of that album than making any timeless music. Funeral was an absolute disaster when that dropped. It was Lil Wayne trying to fit in with the new age trap artist, if you will, and it really fell short. I mean, got horrible reviews, horrible critical acclaim, and basically looked at Lil Wayne as falling off. But Lil Wayne has come back since then. He's been killing features from everyone from Nas to Corday to Tyler the Creator. I mean, the list goes on. He has just been smashing features, and people have been getting excited as to, is this the old Lil Wayne? Is the Lil Wayne late 2000s, who was really GOAT level Lil Wayne, coming back? And Lil Wayne got in a little bit of controversy towards the end of 2024 and the early 2025, of course, with the so-called Super Bowl snub that he wasn't able to perform in New Orleans, and Kendrick Lamar was picked over him, took veiled shots at Jay-Z, took veiled shots at Kendrick Lamar, saying, "Don't wake a sleeping giant." Kendrick Lamar responds on whacked out murals, and Lil Wayne tries to deny that that was really about him. He really didn't. want to acknowledge anything about it. So with that, Lil Wayne's starting to gain momentum now. Like he wants to gain momentum, and maybe that Super Bowl snub gave him more motivation to really push Carter 6 over the finish line. You know what I mean? So here we are, and we have a release date for June 6th. And you see the track list as it is. You know what I mean? So I look at this track list of Miley Cyrus, Billie Eilish, Wyclef Jean, Andrea Bocelli. I don't know about that. Kanye West will produce a track. Hold on, let me get down here. Wheezy, who's just another producer. I don't think it's connected to Lil Wayne. MGK, that's out of left field. Elephant Man, out of left field. And Lil Wayne's son, and Bono of U2. And listen, I don't want to judge a book by its cover, but this is just an odd track list. I mean, there's nobody on here. Like, I would expect to have him have some A-listers on there. First of all, where's Drake? Where's Drake of all people? I mean, that's the number one person. And a Drake and Weezy, a Drake and Lil Wayne collab right now that's hot would set the world on fire, especially how Drake is begging for a comeback with the hip hop audiences. You know what I mean? We could get into, well, Drake is still doing numbers with Sexy Songs for You and all that, but that's another debate for another day. Drake is down. Drake is down after this. This would be awesome way for Drake to come back and show, you know, alongside Lil Wayne, bring back that magic that they had in the early 2010s. Oh my God. No Nicki Minaj. That's another one. No Drake. I don't even see anybody, a J. Cole. There's no A-listers on here. I would even say, why not another Tyler, the Creator feature? He's hot on here. You know what I mean? I don't know what the situation is with him and Kendrick Lamar because she signed to TDE, but him and Doechii, why not something like that? This just sounds to me like it looks like he's going in more of an alternative pop direction. It looks like he's going more into making a pop type of mainstream alternative album more so than a hip hop rap album. I want to see Wayne the Monster come back. You know what I mean? I would even say, why not a Future on here? Why not a Travis Scott? You know, go down that trap lane that you really created. You were really the one who created the modern day, you know, auto-tune trap feature lane. I don't know what the situation is with the beef between the two, but even a young Thug, or I mean, I'm just floored by, you know, Miley Cyrus and Billie Eilish, which Billie Eilish I think is so overrated. That's another debate for another day. I don't jive with her music at all. I don't jive with her music at all. I don't get this track list. I just don't see where it's going. I actually like Bono of U2. U2 is one of my favorite rock bands of all time. That would be interesting. But other than that, per se, this really does not grab me at all. And it has an official date, June 6th, so this is dropping. You know what I mean? I don't know what to make of this. You know what I mean? And I'll pull out of the screen share now. But, you know, is this really the Rebirth album that we're looking for? Is this going to be Lil Wayne and his like a King's Disease series, like Nas's Rebirth? Is this kind of going to be like Jay-Z in a 444? Even if is this going to be like you could say Eminem with Death of Slim Shady had a little bit of buzz in summer of last year, something like that. And I don't want to judge a book by its cover, but I'm already skeptical. Like, where is this really going, Lil Wayne? And you could already tell that the label and his PR team is like, you know what, bro? Simmer down on the Kendrick stuff. Simmer down on dissing Jay-Z, because already he's in interviews saying that um he didn't even know in the Rolling Stone interview, he didn't even know that Not Like Us was a diss towards what was a diss record. He just was singing and humming it along. He didn't even know it was a diss record. um he's backtracking and backpedaling like nobody's business in the Skip Bayless interview about dissing Kendrick, about what he said, and that even though Skip Bayless was really trying to pour on the sauce and antagonize him into saying something disrespectful about Kendrick, about the whacked out mural song, and also lying about making comments in a Young Money promotional tour event dissing Watch the Throne, and then saying he didn't know that Watch the Throne was an album. He didn't even know about Watch the Throne. He didn't know it. I mean, it's obvious. I think this is a PR move because I think his team doesn't want any controversy around along this rollout. They want this to be about Wayne and his rebirth as an artist, as a GOAT tier hip hop artist. And they don't want any, disses towards anybody, or creating controversy around that album. And I guess I don't know if it's safe to say he's not going to have a rebuttal to Kendrick Lamar and Whacked Out Murals. Now, I could be wrong. You know what I mean? This could totally be different because this guy likes to backtrack. He likes to say he doesn't remember things. And then all of a sudden, boom, I got something to say. I would like to see a little bit of Venom. I want to see a little bit of a competition. I think that Lil Wayne is a GOAT tier artist. He's, solidified top 10, top 7. A good portion would say even top 5. He's not in my top 5. It's about top 7. I want to see it. I want to see the competition. I want to see a little bit of pushback against Kendrick Lamar. I want to see the competition when the greats are pushing the greats. But most of all, I want to see Lil Wayne. I want to see him get back to where he was going on his feature run. I want to see a hip hop album, and it looks like it's maybe more of a pop alternative album. Now, it would be interesting to see how he uses these artists. Like, I remember when I saw the track list and the feature list for King's Disease 1, and I was like, I don't know if this is going to work with Nas. I don't really see him doing records with Fabio Foreign and ASAP Ferg. I was like, I don't know about this one. And it hit. It worked. So again, I don't want to go down to judge a book by its cover, but I don't know what direction he wants to go in with Carter 6. I expected more. I expected a Drake feature on here, or a couple of Drake features on here. I expected Future, maybe Travis Scott. I expected even more lyrical rappers. You know what I mean? Like even an Eminem joint, an Eminem feature. You know what I mean? Like Lil Wayne is GOAT tier. He could work with anybody. But I'm not really seeing the promise in this. But again, we'll see. Carter 6 comes out June 6th. Of course, we're gonna review, when it comes out. But I see where he's going with his rollout. He's trying to downplay the sort of Kendrick Super Bowl, the Kendrick Super Bowl snub banter. He's trying to tone that down now and have it come back to Wayne. and focus on him, which is a good move. But I don't know if that means, is he totally going to back down, or will he address Kendrick Lamar and whacked out murals on this project, which I want to see. I want to see the GOATs at their best going at, I'm not going to say go at each other, but I want them to go ahead and say this is a competition. Kendrick clearly is saying this is a competition. I want him, Lil Wayne, to rise to the challenge. Defend your GOAT status as to why you are the king, why you are the GOAT. Because right now, it's no denying that Kendrick's the GOAT at this current moment. And there's nothing you could do about it. So I don't know if he's going to respond to Kendrick Lamar, but we'll see. Carter 6, June 6. Tell me what you think. Are you excited for this album? Do you think this is going to be a rebirth of Lil Wayne? Is this going to be his version of Nas's King's Disease series or the Magic series with Hit Boy? Is this going to be the rebirth of Lil Wayne as a GOAT tier artist? And is it going to match the feature run that Lil Wayne has gone on, just crushing features for the last 3 or 4 years? So let me know in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to Hip Hop Roundtable Reviews on YouTube. And also check out our Facebook page, Hip Hop Roundtable Presents The Review. And I will catch up with you with some new content shortly. So stay tuned for some new videos coming up, all right? Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to y'all soon, all right? Peace.